In this video, I will walk you through a weekly routine you should follow to be successful in Math 121 this summer. First, let's discuss some benefits of online learning. Not only do you have added flexibility because you can do some of your learning at a self-paced nature, but you have the opportunity to develop some stronger time management skills and to develop your own self-motivation because you're going to guide yourself to success. I will be there to help you along the way and provide all the necessary materials, but your drive and determination is really what's going to help you be successful. You can also improve your virtual collaboration and communication skills and refine your critical thinking skills as we work together in the online environment. And you might just develop some new technical skills along the way. All right, let's discuss the difference between taking the class in person versus a summer online class. If you were to take Math 21 in person during the regular 16-week semester, you would be taking a 4-credit-hour class. 4 hours would be spent in the classroom each week with your instructor and your classmates. And then in order to be successful, it's recommended you'd spend about 8 hours outside of class devoted to completing your assignments, studying, attending office hours, attending tutoring sessions, practicing problems over and over again until you understand the material, etc. But that's the general guideline to be successful in a college class. We say about 2 hours outside of class for every 1 hour spent in class. Now, condense that 16-week semester to an 8-week summer online course. And since you're not meeting physically in the class, all your hours are pretty much going to be done on your own time schedule as long as you meet the due dates. But that equates to about 24 hours of work each week. Now, those 24 hours are going to be spent doing a lot of different things, taking notes, watching videos, completing practice problems, attending virtual study sessions, going to tutoring, maybe just reworking examples on your own, studying for exams, etc. But that 24 hours of work each week, those hours, you definitely want to make sure you're spreading them out throughout the week. We can't cram those all into 1 day or 2 days on the weekend. So expect to spend 4 or 5, maybe 6 hours a day, just depending on your level of comfort with the material and how well you're grasping the material that week. It could vary slightly from week to week. All right, let's go over the routine you should follow to spread out those 24 hours of work each week. Once you have a plan and a path, it's going to be a lot easier for you to fill out your schedule each week and balance your time. So you always want to start in the modules and view the weekly outline for that particular week. That'll give you a preview of the assignments that are due so you can learn how to budget your time each week and spread your time out and also balance your other responsibilities, such as work responsibilities or family obligations. So for instance, you are always going to go to the weekly overview module every week at the beginning of the week, and we're going to take a look at week 1. So week 1 will start on the first day of class, May 28th, and it'll run until Sunday, so until June 2nd. And then if you open this week 1 page, there's more detail on everything that's due that week, but then you can see the quick links right here. So for week 1, you're going to be posting to the Student Introductions discussion board and also taking the class orientation quiz. Then you're going to review briefly the order of operations so you can take the online practice exam, which really is just a way for you to practice your technology. Make sure Respondus Lockdown browser is working properly with your webcam. You're going to upload your written work because you will be uploading your work quite often in this class. So during week 1, that gives you the opportunity to make sure you have the ability to scan your work and upload it as a PDF in Canvas. And then by Sunday night, you'll go back and reply to at least one of your classmates who have introduced themselves in the discussion board. Okay, after you view the weekly module outline, you're always going to start with the prepare slides for the section of that particular day. So within each week, you have daily due dates. Each day, you're pretty much going to be learning a new section of material. That means you're going to be taking notes from a Google slideshow. Those notes could be worked out examples that you're copying down or videos that you're following along with. But that's how you're going to be introduced to the new material, and that's where you're going to get your main introduction and be able to work some examples while you're being guided by myself in the videos or by other instructors in the videos. You can take notes in your own notebook, or there are templates that are provided. So whatever section is due for the day, so for instance, on May 29th, section 2.5 is due, you'll start with the 2.5 prepare. That's the first P step of our 3P routine. So when you go to the prepare page, you'll see that you have access to the Google slideshow. You'll advance from slide to slide using the arrows at the bottom, and then within each slide, there's certain animations or definitions that might appear that you're going to want to be copying down in your notes. For a greater explanation, or if you just want more practice, you can access our online textbook, which is completely free and embedded within the slides. It's a very helpful resource if you ever want to go and do extra practice problems for an exam. You can use these templates up here to take notes, or you can just have your own notebook. I always say your future forgetful self will thank you for taking meaningful notes later on when you're studying for an exam and you've forgotten some of these concepts. Because we're going to learn new stuff every day, you want to constantly be also reviewing your notes and doing practice problems to make sure your future forgetful self doesn't actually forget the things you learned in the beginning. Okay, here's a sample of what some of your notes might look like during the prepare step. So if you choose to use one of the templates, you would be given a blank outline, and then in your own handwriting, you'd fill it in. Some students prefer to have a template instead of just a blank piece of notebook paper because it helps them stay more organized and helps them focus their attention while taking notes. So you can write down your own hints or annotations in the left-hand column, and then there's bigger blocks of space for you to show all the steps for worked out examples. Write yourself little hints, use different colors so certain concepts stand out. So when you look back on your notes, you have a useful resource to help you study for the exams. Okay, after you've taken notes on the prepare slide, you're ready to access the more preview assignment and the practice assignments. The preview assignment is just a brief 6-question assignment. It's kind of like an entry level into that section. It gives you an idea of how well you understood the material you learned in the Google slideshow. And then the practice assignment digs deeper and allows you to practice the problems over and over again until you really feel that you understand them. So after you take your prepare notes, you'll notice the preview assignment, which is due on the same day. That's the quick, brief assignment I talked about. It's only 6 questions. And then the practice assignment you can work on all week until Sunday night to continually practice the content. Because again, you want to keep practicing every day. Even as you move on to new material, it's always a good idea to go back to previous material and practice. Here's an example of what an online question might look like. You would copy the question down in your notes, show your work in your notebook, and then enter your answer. And then you'll get instant feedback on whether your answer is correct or not. If it's not correct, you can always regenerate a new problem and continue to practice. Remember, at the end of the preview assignment, don't forget to answer question 6, which is a rating of your own understanding of the material. How well did you understand what you learned? If you're at a 1, a 2, or even a 3, that's just a clue that you want to practice that a little bit more. Do extra practice problems, meet with an online tutor, visit with me during the virtual student hours, or form a study group with some of the students. You guys can meet online or you can even meet in person. It's up to you. But your own rating will let you know how much practice you need with the material. Show your work in a separate notebook for the preview and practice assignments. Again, label the section at the top, show all your work, write little hints to yourself. So when you look back on these pages, they're useful to you. You remember what you wrote down, and if you forgot how to solve a certain problem, you can go back and look at the little notes you wrote yourself, and then it'll refresh your memory. Your future forgetful self will thank you. Here's another sample of some student work. Notice how each question is numbered. The answers are highlighted. Put the name of the section at the top so you can easily locate it later on when you're studying for exams. Okay, after you've completed the preview and practice assignments, you're ready to download the CYU. The CYU stands for Check Your Understanding. Now you're really going to check how well you understood the material in that section or in those sections. And the CYU are worksheets. They're PDF worksheets you'll download in Canvas, and you'll show your work on an additional piece of paper, and then you upload it all for grading. And those are due every Sunday night. So each section has a corresponding CYU worksheet. There's a module in Canvas just for the CYU worksheets where you can access them. And then once you access them and complete them, you'll return to the same place to upload them as a PDF file for grading. Work on these worksheets a little bit each day throughout the week. Please don't wait till Sunday night to complete all of them, because you can't learn when you feel like you're pressed for time and you really won't do your best work. So do a little bit of the problems, a little bit each day. So by Sunday night, you're pretty much finished, and you might just have a couple finishing touches to put on your worksheets, and then you feel confident about uploading them. When you're ready to upload, you'll open the assignment. Again, you can download the worksheet right here if you want, There's a rubric that explains to you how your assignment will be graded. And then when you click on Start Assignment, that's where you'll upload your PDF. It has to be in the form of a PDF. When you upload your work, make sure you've shown your work for each problem. Simply writing down an answer is just not enough. Somewhere along the way, we've all been asked to show our work by our teachers, but sometimes we just don't know what they mean. Showing your work means when any calculation is involved. I don't care if it's, something simple that you think everybody can do in their head, or if it's something that requires more steps, you want to write down as many steps as possible so a classmate in the course would be able to follow what you did. So pretend as if a classmate is going to be looking at your work when you're finished, and they're going to use it as a guide because they are struggling with the material, and they're going to look at your work for help. Make sure you've shown enough so they can follow it step by step. If a classmate or your instructor can understand how you reached your answer without having to guess or without any gaps, then you know you've properly shown your work. And that is definitely part of the rubrics when I'm grading your worksheets and the written work for your exams, is making sure you've shown all your work. Okay, so after you've completed the prepare notes, the preview assignment, you've worked on the practice assignments, and you've completed the CYU worksheets, you're ready to return to the weekly overview in Canvas to see if there's any other additional assignments that week. Sometimes there might be a discussion board, sometimes there might be an exam that week, or you just might want to go back to see when the virtual student hour sessions were so you can meet with me and your classmates for extra help. So you can see here, this is the weekly overview page for week 1. And you can see there's a list of the assignments that are due. And then if you do scroll to the bottom of that page, I don't have it here, but if you go to the actual page in Canvas, you'll see the dates of the virtual student hours for that week. I really do look forward to spending this summer with you as you become stronger and more confident with your math abilities. I really hope you make a plan for following this routine, because then you won't leave anything out and you will be successful in this class, and it'll be a very great 8 weeks. I look forward to meeting you in the student introduction discussion board. Thanks. Have a wonderful day.